I'm bored. Back stirring up. Oh, I'm bored because I have a fabulous relationship. My sex life is bomb. I got everything I want and can do what the I want. And there ain't a bitch that can with me on no level. And I'm bored.
Baby, when I tell you that Jackie is back, that good Jackie Christie is back in the building. All right. And so are we. Okay. We here to talk about Basketball Wives. We are on what? Season 10, episode 14, picking up from where we left off at during the summer. Okay. So let's get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Shout out to everybody in the chatterization. Listen, this is kind of like our little midday meltdown type of hour. You know what I'm saying? Where we, do a little talking, do a little shoot the ish a little bit, and we're gonna talk about the episode, of course, best believe. But before we get into that, happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. So now that we got that out the way, let us know where you're watching from in the good chatterization. And let's get into the thing. All right. So listen, Basketball Wives is back. So I got to talk about the episode first, right? We got to rate this episode. And so it's kind of hard to do because I also have to be very honest about how I felt about the episode as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, okay. I enjoyed the episode. Let me just start off by saying that I did enjoy the episode. I did feel like, okay, it's been a minute since we left these ladies, since we last left these ladies. And I'm like, how am I feeling about these ladies though? You know what I'm saying? How am I feeling about the interactions in the episode itself? Because the episode felt kind of fresh, I'm going to give this episode, I'm going to start by giving it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. And listen, you got to be real bad for me to go below an 8. I give you some points for keeping me entertained. So I'm giving you a couple of points for keeping me entertained. I'm giving you a couple of points for making it feel, fresh. We just dove right in, we didn't waste no time. Okay. I'm taking away some points because we still on this the ladies can't stand Malaysia vibes. The reason I feel like girls, like, listen, y'all been back on this show for a season. Okay. Jackie, Jennifer, and Malaysia, to me, I feel like, they're the OGs in this thing. So I kind of feel like the new girls, like, it just feel like y'all just started going here again. Okay. So you ain't really got the space or the room to be grouping up together and disliking somebody and making people feel uncomfortable. But that's just me. Okay. That's just me. I also kind of felt like, in just being real, there's a part of me that did wonder. Now, did Jackie did Jackie go back to old school Jackie because she knew that something needed to happen? Was that really the case? Because it feels to me like if Jackie ain't in it, ain't nothing happening. Okay. I mean, we got story with Brooke. We actually got story with Malaysia. We got story with Jennifer. But other than that, it just was feeling like, in terms of like any, like dynamics with the ladies as a group, it feel like if it ain't Jackie and Jennifer, it ain't really happening to me. That's just how I feel about it. And Jackie giving us what Jackie has always given, because it's almost like if Jackie pulls out the Jackie card, then everything is going to be okay. But you still need uh I know she don't want to be associated with this show, so don't hurt me, Tammy. Okay? Don't basha me. But I still feel like you need some strong players. And I just feel like this show is lacking in strong players. Does that make any sense? That's just how I feel, you know. Um, we got a super chat from Yolanda says, "Hey Richie and Skye Squad, happy Lovers Day, baby. I'm still stuck on the winding road, baby hairs." Y'all took me out yesterday with them baby hair conversations, baby. So I don't know. It just, to me, it's an overwhelming amount of new girls, and I just kind of feel like ain't none of them standing out in the crowd. Does that make sense? I don't know. And why this is, can I say something else that's probably gonna not well received? I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna let it go. And y'all can agree with me if you don't agree with, I get it. But when I'm watching these shows, I do like to feel like, like you realized that you was gonna be on TV. Okay. I want you to be a little bit elevated when I'm watching you on my screen. Maybe it's because I'm old school and I kind of feel like, yeah, you on the TV screen. Show up and show out. Look like you going someplace. Okay. Look like you going someplace. But why I feel like every time I see Brittish in the scene, she look like she going to work out. Does she have a workout, clothing line or something that I need to know about? But I feel like in every scene, she looked like she had about to head to the gym. Now, my thing is this. I'm just over here on the YouTube. But you know what I do for the most part? It's got to be a day when I'm just rushing, that I don't just at least throw on a shirt. You know what I'm saying? I throw on a little something, a little something or other that I hopefully ain't got to iron. Okay. And so I feel like if I can show up, girl, you can show up. Okay. It's okay. Yes, we know that in your downtime, you might be, running errands and things like that. But I don't need for you to look like, show up to every scene looking like you just left the CVS in the gym and the LA Fitness. Now, yeah, it just felt like she just there, just I'm taking up space. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm looking for some lovers or something. I don't know. It just feel like, girl, give me something. Okay. And to be honest with you, if you are gonna give me ankle monitor couture, then I need you to you do it up, baby. You give me a old nasty Jimmy Choo or Chris John Louboutin or some type of whatever whatever the people wearing on their heels, okay, a stacked chunky heel or something. I don't know. Cheat. Give me a wedge. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do, but just turn it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? I was looking like Jackie and Malaysia then showing up to the last scene, and Malaysia looked like she going to the club. Jacket and thrown on her Gucci or whatever she had on, some type of label. And she just looked like, hey, I'm coming from the gym. Okay. And maybe she was. Maybe she's getting in her fitness. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just picky. So don't mind me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know somebody will watch this and be like, well, she should feel comfortable to show up in whatever she feel comfortable showing up. Yeah, I hear you. Just like they say, come as you are in church, but we still dress up. Anyway, so let's get started with the episode. Oh, you know what? Y'all right. But I don't know. No. Hear ye. Because you can show up still looking nice, even if your clothes are from the Forever 21. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't need you ain't gotta show up in Fendi. Okay. You ain't gotta show up in every scene like Brooke, with the label taking up every inch of the outfit. You ain't got to show up like that. You can run down to the rave and find yourself something nice to wear. That's the great thing that for women. Okay, for women, I feel like y'all can find nice stuff for cheap on the Amazon. Okay, on the Amazon. Actually, men too. You know what? Don't make me pull out something. Don't make me go online and look up an Amazon suit for y'all, because I can give you an Amazon suit real quick for less than $99. Oh, yes, I can. How would I know? Because I know. All right. So it ain't no excuse these days. It ain't no excuse. Okay. Hot Topic, Rave, Rue 21, wherever you gotta go. You ain't gotta spend all that money. You know what I'm saying? Get Angel Brinks to make all your clothes. You know what I'm saying? She got enough embellishments and dangling earrings, that hang from here. You know what I'm saying? To make it all worth your while. I'm just saying. She in. I mean, anywhere. It ain't got to be Louis, Gucci, Prada. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to look. You can do what you need to do on a budget, baby. So now that I have gone off about that, okay, I'm done. When the people that's watching this later, y'all can read me in the comments, but it just, again, I'm probably old school. Look like you got somewhere to go. All right. Now, we start the episode. Oh, ain't no Angel Brooks in this episode. Speaking of Angel Brooks, ain't no Angel Brooks in this episode. It's fine with me. Sometimes I don't even feel like she should be a part of the show anyway. She seems like more of a distraction than anything else, or a plot device. And by plot device, I mean something about which somebody can upset really easily, and the rest of the ladies can be extra offended by, to fight on her behalf. I mean, there you go. So she wasn't there. We weren't missing anything. There were no big dangly earrings and costume jewelry piled up high to the face in this episode. Okay, it is what it is. But we love you, Angel. And kudos to you for doing it big. You got your business and things like that. That's something. We don't want to take that away from her, but in terms of what she needed in this episode, no, not really. So anyway. Jennifer and Jaylani are prepping for dinner, and I am in shock. Okay, I did not expect this relationship to last, because I really expected it to be for the cameras more than anything else. I do enjoy Jennifer, to be honest with you, because she has had such a very interesting arc on this show, and it is nice to see her with a man that really likes her and is treating her well, in comparison to the men that she has had experience with in the past. Okay. This definitely is a quantum leap forward. All right. And so he wants to go to brunch with the parentals, and she is here for it. And so am I. Okay. But she's still looking for that ring. Now, Malaysia meets up with Jackie. Jackie always got this apartment. I think that they put them up in apartments in LA, because I think that the Jackie lives in Sacramento or wherever, their home is. And so, it's always like, okay, we at Jackie's apartment. But who knows? Jackie's so successful. Maybe she owns the apartment herself. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her. But we also know that Jackie is in that real estate school. So that was also interesting. I don't know if you guys peeped that in the beginning or not. All right. Jackie bought that coin as well. So anyway, but Malaysia gets there. She wants Jackie to immediately FaceTime Doug so she can meet some eligible bachelors hanging out in the background. And, Jackie talks about her being nervous because, Doug is coaching and he's all around the country these days. But I don't know if y'all caught this, but I think we talked to Doug about 3 times in this episode. We saw Doug more than we saw some of the main characters on this show. Did y'all peep that? How many times she called Doug? She called him once in the beginning in the intro montage. She called him again at Malaysia's behest, and then she called him again, okay, later on when she was getting ready for the jamboree. I was like, we're gonna see Doug more than we ever saw Shawnee. So anyway, Malaysia's upset because Gennaro, oops, can we say his name on here? I don't know. But her ex had then sent a cease and desist to her business partners. And I'm like, by business partners, do you mean VH1, Viacom, or do you mean the production company that put this show on? I don't know. But what I do know is that it was something about him saying her saying his name on the show, and in connection with him not paying child support. Now, Mr. J, we're gonna call you that because that's what we can say. If you are not paying child support, you're not paying child support. How are you mad that somebody is calling you out for something that you are not doing? If you don't want nobody to call you out, I suggest you do what you need to do for your kids. They're your kids, sir. They are your kids. So yes, if you are not paying child support, that's and that's the truth. That is the truth of the matter. You need to pony up, sir. Like, then we could talk about, you got enough money to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist. If you got enough money to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist on your behalf to the business partners, then you got enough money to pay child support, period. So we get some fourth wall breaking because Malaysia says that somebody in the group has been talking to Gennaro. She don't know who, but Birdie told her, somebody in production, that it might have been, I don't know, maybe it was Brandy, because I thought I could have heard her talking on the phone the other day, and it sounded like she said Gennaro, but maybe she said Jenny. I don't really know, but I know she has said something about Malaysia and Gennaro and not paying child support, or maybe she said mangoes, Japanese food, and I got to go pick up my child. I don't know. Maybe it was something like that, but whatever the case may be, she thinks that Brandy said something. Jackie just wants Malaysia to come back with the group. You know, Jackie's focus is only on getting the group back together, okay? That is Jackie's sole focus and mission in life, as you will see in this episode. But remember, Jackie's a boss, in case you ever forget, who is not bored. So anyway, Duffy is focusing on her album and staying home more. You know, she's out the streets and she's not in the clubs no more. She is at home and she is in the studio, okay? Making sure she stay close to her man. And so Brittish stops by the studio again, looking like she's coming from the gym. But they are all like, "Oh my God, girl, you look so cute. Girl, you look so cute." And yes, you do look cute in the face. That is not the question. The question is, where are you going? So anyway, you know, so they stop by, you know, Brittish lets us know. So it's also casual, you know, that she has to check in with her probation officer every week. Oh, yes, the probation officer does home visits, and it's usually on Wednesdays. But my thought is your probation officer visiting you in the LA where this is filmed at, or is it in wherever you stay in the St. Louis or whatever that area is? I don't know if that's it or not, but I feel like that's where she's from. But I could be wrong, or that's where she lived. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, so my thought was, you know, are they coming to LA? Do you got to fly back home? Like, can we elaborate on that? Because I really want to know what the case is. But the way they talk about this again so casually is just like, oh, you know, I got to go I got a nail appointment every Wednesday to, you know, to get my nails done, or a gym appointment every Wednesday. That's probably what she was. She was at the gym. And, you know, I was thinking about how casually they're talking about facing federal charges, federal fraud charges. And I'm like, on any other show, I got to tell y'all, on any other show, a cast member facing federal fraud charges would be at the top. Can you imagine if this was Potomac? Can you imagine if this was Beverly Hills? That is all these girls will be talking about, is these federal charges. They will be all up in it. Can you imagine Giselle having a field day with these federal fraud charges? Can you think about it? You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, this would be all that was talked about. Nothing but federal charges. And I said, it's so interesting that there's a character facing federal charges, but we rarely get any conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody talks about it. Which, listen, that could be a good thing because, you know, in some situations, we hate a storyline that's dragged into the ground. So fine. If y'all not going to talk about it, I'll run with it too. Howdy ho. Duffy wants to throw a party for Brooke, but she wants to invite a lot of men. And Brittish is like, girl, wake up. She is not even divorced yet. Get out of here with that. So they decide to have a game on party or something like that. Anyway, are they inviting Malaysia is what Brittish wants to know. And I'm like, Brittish, how are you going to be trying to exclude somebody when you just got back? I don't even understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. Duffy wants to invite her, so invite her, she will. Jennifer does go to meet Jaylani's parents, okay? And they seem like very nice people. I actually enjoyed the parents. And to be honest with you, I actually enjoyed Jennifer, Jaylani, and the parents, to be quite frank with you. And I'm hopeful that this is as real as they making it seem on the television. All Jaylani's parents want to know is, what are your intentions for this man, and how many grandchildren you gonna give us? Okay, hopefully you're gonna give us about 5. So Jennifer is all verklempt. Okay, she can barely catch her breath and speak, and she's begging for wine and champagne so that the conversation can end. I'm like, girl, answer these questions. Say whatever you got to say to make these people happy and keep it moving. Anyway, Jackie is on the phone with Doug again. All right, again, and we learned that she's on good terms with Brooke, so she too will be going to the game on Jamboree. You know, Jackie, all Jackie wants to do is keep the group together. You know, that again, that's her sole purpose in life. That's her mission, is to keep this group together and to inspire these ladies, because you know she has the husband, which is interesting to me, because it's like it almost would seem delusional, but it's all facts. Everything she's saying is facts. She got the businesses. Jackie does all the things. Jackie is, you know, a basketball wife. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, nobody else on the show actually is. So it's like it almost sounds like she would be, if you did not know this show, she would sound delusional. But because we know this show, we know she's not delusional. Jackie is factual. Like, that's what's so wild about it. Jackie is factual, but she delivers it with such comedy that you just can't help but laugh. Anyway, oh, it's back. It's Brooke's back in the game party. Okay. Duffy and Jennifer and British arrive. Then Jackie and Malaysia arrive, and Malaysia knows that half these ladies don't like her anyway. But that doesn't stop Jackie from trying to make Jennifer come and sit by her to get in closer proximity to Malaysia, so that they can hopefully hash out whatever issues they got. To be honest with you, I don't even know what Jackie and what Jennifer and Malaysia's issues are, all besides the point of, you know, apparently Jennifer allegedly telling the girls back in the day that Evelyn and Shaq might have messed around or had some inappropriate interactions or whatever, resulting in Malaysia throwing a table. So beyond that, I really don't know what their problems are today, you know. Yes, y'all, like this video. Whether you like it or not, okay? Like it. So anyway, um both Malaysia and Jackie and Jennifer like, Jackie, stop. No, don't do that. And it's like, it's mega awkward. Have you ever been someplace and you be clearly upset, right? And somebody asks you in front of the group, girl, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why don't you have any tact? Yes, something is wrong with me. Let me deal with and process my emotions myself before you try to jump up in here and make me do something. That is so embarrassing. So anyway, Jackie pipes down and says, oh, okay, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. So Brooke and Brandy arrive, and so everybody checks in with Brooke, and you know, oh yes, I forgot about this. Malaysia brought Zell in part A, and Zell called Jennifer's breath stanky. That was it. My bad. I have forgot. Thank you, Lexi, for being the group historian for today. We appreciate you. Okay. Thank you, love. Because I sure had forgot about that. Now, back to what I was saying. They checking in with Brooke, and you know, she's sad because, you know, the relationship is ending and whatnot, and whoop de whoop. And so, you know, Brandy says, well, I think you owe him an explanation, you know, a conversation, you know, whenever you're ready, that is. And Malaysia's like, well, actually, I think you need to take a beat for yourself and think about what it is that you want. And Brandy is like, did you take a beat with Gennaro? I just thought that was so petty. Like, I was like, Brandy, are you serious? Like, you are the last person, okay, right now in this group that needs to be chastising or being real sarcastic with anybody about their man cheating on them. You need to like, you can give advice because you still married, and I think that that is amazing, okay? But for you to be throwing that level of shade at Malaysia for having a difference of opinion about how she thinks that Brooke should manage the situation, I just thought that that was like mega petty, okay? When you done been through the same thing and maybe even worse with your situation and stayed with him. So the advice that Malaysia is trying to give to Brooke in this moment, I feel like is actually very I think it's very good advice. Take a beat, take a minute to yourself. You don't, I mean, what if you don't want to end this with this man? You know what I'm saying? Let that be your decision. Figure you out first. And I think that that was actually sage advice. I thought it was great advice. I just hated that Brandy was trying to like minimize it by like, because obviously she still got a thing. Like they not gonna be friends no more. I mean, pretty much, you know, that it is what it is. They ain't gonna be friends no more. But I was like, Brandon, you ain't got to throw no shade her way at this point. At least not yet. She ain't accused you of nothing yet. Okay. So anyway, you know, so Malaysia opens up to the group about what happened with her and Gennaro, and apparently she felt like she didn't have a choice in the matter, and she did wait a year before she had to make any, you know, major decisions. But again, it wasn't her choice. So then Jennifer pipes in and says, you know, when she got divorced, it felt like a slow death. Okay, so cue Jackie. Jackie's like, well, since we're on that, you know, when he threw that drink at you, remember what was going through your mind in that moment? And I was actually, when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, Jackie, that's a good question. Girl, what was going through your mind? Listen, I was watching it from the perspective of, oh, everyone is opening up about their traumatic experiences and where it has led them. And since Jennifer opened the door, I was like, oh, it didn't register to me because Brooke was like, Jackie, that was emotionally abusive. And you have just re-traumatized this woman all over again. I was like, oh my God, me too. I was like, I felt so bad. But at the moment, at the time, when I was like, well, Jennifer, you talking about it. You brought it up. So you invited at this point in time, you invited questions about whatever it is that you were talking about. And then Jennifer gonna be like in her confessional, she was like, now why am I in it? Girl, you in it because you open your mouth. That's why you in it. I mean, that's why we on you right now. Because you said something about your situation. So now Jackie's asking you questions. Now you're curious as to why she's talking about you. If you didn't want nobody asking you no questions, you should have just kept your mouth closed. I mean, no, or was it me? Now, Jackie was a hot mess for asking it out loud. But I mean, at the end of the day, I felt like, well, Jennifer, you did open the door a little bit, you know. Now true enough, now Jackie could have had some couth about it and maybe asked her later. But at the end of the day, when she asked it, I was like, I do want to know. I probably shouldn't know, but I want to know. Is she gonna answer? No, she does not answer it. Okay, so we're gonna leave that one alone. Meanwhile, these are all instances of Jackie working her way to the outskirts of the group. I just want to point this out to you. So keep an eye out, because these again are Jackie. This is Jackie working her way towards the periphery. Okay. Meanwhile, Jackie, the group disperses to party. Jackie then goes to Brandy and makes Brandy go talk to Malaysia. Malaysia's already talking to Duffy, and they seem to be getting along pretty well. When Brandy comes over, things tense up a little bit because Malaysia wants to really ask her, girl, did you tell did you tell the people that or did you tell Gennaro that I was talking about him on the show when it hadn't even aired yet about the child support? And Brandy's like, well, I don't even talk to him like that. And in her confessional, though, she's like, I don't even talk to you. Why would I talk to him? And Malaysia's like, well, you the only person that knows him. So I had to ask. And so I was like, well, the way it looked from these two, we ain't gonna get no better this season. So I was just like, they just drift apart. So outside, Jackie invites British. I'm telling you, this show does not work without Jackie. Jackie then invites British out to drinks with her and Malaysia. British says, okay, I'll do it, not knowing that Jackie tried the same trick with Jennifer only days before, but whatever. They all go out to dinner. So it's Jackie, Malaysia, they didn't came dressed, and then here come British coming from the gym. Okay, so she sat on down and they get to talking about the men's or whatnot, and British just wants to get, she just wants to get lucky. She just wants to let her head down and get her freak on. And so her and Malaysia are kind of like bonding over, looking for guys and stuff like that. And so it's I feel like, okay, this is gonna be good. They're getting along. Jackie. So, Jackie's like, no, British, you need to remain pure. You need to save yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry up in there. She was like, no, you've been running amok. And British is like, you're running amok. Okay. You need to stay out of everybody's business. And Jackie's like, now say what now? British is like, you need to stay out of everybody else's business. Everybody talking about how you are up in their business. And Jackie's like, everybody who? Now, if you pay close attention to this scene, I don't know if Malaysia and British realize that Jackie is upset. Actually, I don't know if Jackie is really upset or if she realized ain't nothing happening. Okay. But at the end of the day, Jackie overreacts because what you're not going to do is say she meddling. And then what you also not going to do is tell her that everybody is talking about her and then not provide no receipts, because Jackie now wants to know who all is going up against me. Okay. Who's all going against me? Who's all talking and got all this to say about me? You know what I'm saying? She wants to know. Give it to me. Give it to me. Okay. And so at that point in time, British says to her, everybody thinks that you are bored. And Jackie's like,
I'm bored. Back stirring up. Oh, I'm bored because I have a fabulous relationship. My sex life is bomb. I got everything I want and can do what the I want. And Aaron, a bitch that can with me on no level. And I'm bored.
I'm bored? I don't know why this takes me out every single time I watch it, and I made the edit, okay? But I gotta tell you, I gotta be truthful with it. Now, I saw this edit on our friends over at the BBWT Inc. So shout out to my boo over there for reposting this clip, but I had to go back in and give it a look, put some little stank on it. You know what I'm saying? But this is just classic Jackie, because again, it feels like delusion when you're watching it, but it's all fact. Again, it is all fact. She is literally the only basketball wife on the show. So as she's saying this, this is really I don't think people realize how epic of a read this is, but it is an epic read. I mean, it is a read down, not only to the two sitting there, but to everybody else that's on the show. Okay. Well, maybe not Duffy. Okay, because Duffy, she got her own thing. He was a basketball player, scout or something like that. So, he at least associated, I think, with the league in some way, shape, or form. But at least to the two ladies that sitting there, it's like, oh my. So then Jackie gets the bright idea. I'm gonna call Jennifer. Okay. So she dialed 1-800 Jennifer and Jaylani. Okay, they're not answering. Okay. She's probably all wrapped up under Jaylani. British is like, well, I bet you if I call her, she'll answer. Let me dial it. British. 1-800 Jennifer and Jaylani. Hey, girl. Oh my God. Jennifer did not even answer the phone for Jackie. She straight up ignored Jackie. That's diss number one. Diss number two, British says, Jennifer, does Jackie be in everybody's business? So, Jennifer trying to be diplomatic. Well, Jackie likes to intercede on behalf of other people. But yeah, she has really good intentions, I think. And British like, does she need to stay in other people? Does she need to get out of everybody's business? And Jennifer's like, yes, she does need to butt out sometimes. And so then Jackie wants to talk to her, and she's like, well, Jennifer, what did I do? What did I do? And Jennifer's like, well, you was trying to get me and Malaysia together, not only at the jamboree, but also when you came over to my apartment. Okay. And so we get a flashback of Jackie asking Jennifer to come out to drinks with her and Malaysia to try to smooth things over. And Jennifer is like, oh, heck to the no. Okay. And so at that point in time, Jennifer decides, because she on speakerphone now, that she's going to repeat how little she wants to see Malaysia. And at this point, Malaysia's sitting there like, I know she's not going to talk about me like that. Bye, Jennifer. So she hangs up the phone while it's still in Jackie's hand. So they all like, okay. And so at that point, British got to get back and call 1-800-Jennifer and Jaylani. And so Jennifer picked back up the phone. She's like, what happened? Who did that? What happened? Who did it? And Malaysia's like, I hung up on you. Yes, I did it. Jennifer's like, well, I won't talking to you. Malaysia was like, well, I don't care. I don't want to hear you. Bye. Listen, I don't know if y'all have as much fun watching these episodes as I do, but baby, let me tell you something. I get to my life every time I watch an episode. Will y'all be wondering why I rate things so high? Because I be laughing so much, okay? I be laughing so much. And if you needed a good laugh in your life today, let me go ahead and give it to you one more time.
I'm bored. Back stirring up. Oh, I'm bored because I have a fabulous relationship. My sex life is bomb. I got everything I want and can do what the I want. And there ain't a bitch that can with me on no level. And I'm bored.
I'm bored.